What is up, guys? I am back making more videos. I'm gonna make videos like this. Okay, let's get some stuff through, some information out there. This is what I'm just gonna be doing from now on. Just just videos. So yeah, just videos like this. No more reactions. Reactions are stupid. I have too many of them. They pile up on top of each other. I don't do my other videos because I only have reactions. So this is what we're going to do now. So I am super happy. We are leaving tomorrow night at 12 a.m. To go to Ohio. I won't be making any videos down there. Instagram posts I will be posting, although if you follow my Instagram at Nick for Lifes, life but with an S. Stupid, but it's me. So but yeah, as you can tell, you clicked on this video, probably hope for the thumbnail if I do anything good with that. But yeah, you're obviously here to see me rank the Ash vs. Evil Dead series. Yeah, all 3 seasons, man. We're ranking them, I just finished up watching the show today. I got some strong feelings towards some mixed emotions to some others. I like all of them, just to get that out of the way. I think they're all great. I think just some are kind of lackluster, but they're great. They're great. Okay, I'm done. Yeah. I will have to say that this series was good. There was only 10 episodes that I had to get through in each season, which was only like 25 to 28 minutes. So that was pretty good. It worked out for me. But I have to say, whenever I go to watch anything with my family, it's like they're always like, "Oh, your show's so stupid." Like with my stepmom, she didn't like it because the blood, the gore, and the stuff. She doesn't like that. Natalie, my sister, she just hates everything. She thought the show was stupid. She thought Captain America: Civil War was stupid. I mean, how stupid is that to think that movie was stupid? That's one of the best MCU films. Okay, for crying out loud. Georgia, she's down now, which I guess I haven't mentioned this, but she's gonna live with me now. So yay! Ain't that right, Mason?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's playing his video games like an idiot. Which I might do some videos of that, by the way. Just letting that know. If anything, the videos are gonna look exactly how it would look when you have a phone literally up against the TV while playing a video game. So, I'm sorry. But anyways, Georgia, she thought the show was stupid. My dad, I didn't watch it with him. Mason couldn't watch it, not old enough. Couldn't watch it with my dad because he'd just get into it and he'd skip past me the entire way. Like I'm pretty sure he's been doing with Blue Blood somewhat. Because I know him. I started Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., skipped past me and watched every single season. I mean, it was like, what the heck, Dad? That was our thing. That was going to be our thing. But I think, let's just get into it, and I'll talk about what other shows I'll do next. So, yeah. Coming in at number 3 for me, this might be a little controversial, but Season 1. Season 1, it's a good season? I don't know. Man, I'm going to get so many hate comments if anyone actually does watch this video. But, I mean, what more can I say? It's a good season. I'll start off with the good. Ash is back in full action. Sam Raimi directed the first episode. That was great. You got some of that playability going on. Ash is back, like a stupid idiot. He smoked some weed and he read from the book, and now everything's going crazy, And, it's just... To the beginning of the show, it works great. The first season works great. We introduce new characters like Pablo and Kelly, and they got their backstories, and they help build on the show a bit. And we got the cop lady who... Spoilers. No, I'm not going to spoil anything. But, her character, I like her. Ruby, I like her. She goes along in the show pretty great. But in this first outing... No, only good. No, we'll get to that. But all the characters are great. The plot's simple. Ash read from the book. He's an idiot. We gotta go get rid of the book. We gotta go in and do all this stuff to either bury it, burn it, destroy it. This Ruby character is after the book. That's some problems that we run into. But I will give it to the fact that this season has the most Deadites in the season, I think. And that is tremendous. oh my gosh, like, because I'll talk about the third season when we get to it, because that was like, really? But characters are good, the plot was good, I was in with it to begin with. It was Ash vs. Evil Dead. You mean, yeah. Where the show I think got it wrong was that it kind of felt like they rushed into it. Like they rushed into production to make it really quickly because the fans wanted it, and they didn't think certain things out. And the show's also kind of too short, so they got like a bunch of plot lines with Ash and Kelly and Pablo and the cop lady who I don't even remember her name. So, and she, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, but she dies, and her character development amounts to nothing but to just make Ash's ding-a-ling hard. I guess it was a sad moment when she died, but then again, I didn't really care because they didn't give much to her character. But I mean, but yeah, like I said, the story's just like that. Like there's this moment where she's talking about how Ruby was such a good friend to her and such a good was such a good friend to her and stuff, and talking about how she taught her everything when really they only had like one car ride, and Ruby told her to shut the hell up. So it was like, where's all that emotional stuff that she was talking about? I mean, Ash and her try to get emotional, doesn't work out, nothing really goes along with it. In fact, she kind of goes against herself with that, because at first she's willing to arrest him, and sure, she sees that he does some good, but then she's all like, ooh, you sexy. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, how'd you just change like that so fast? But the new characters, Kelly and Pablo, they were great with the story. I love their relationship. This show wouldn't be good if it was just Ash. The movies are good like that, but for a TV show, it's going to need more characters, and these two characters work great. Pablo and Kelly, just great characters. Not much other characters in the show that I did like. There were some people that we would get to know, and then they die just to die. They didn't stick around for more than one episode. If they did, they had very little to do with the last episode, and then on to this episode, they die like the next minute. But very strong season, very good moving into this, very good way to help build upon it, but just out of all of them, number one was lackluster, so moving on. And, well, what can I say? Might be a little controversial here too, but I think my number 2 pick is going to have to be Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 3. And I will tell you that in a minute, because right now I want to talk about the good. The good, Ash is back, he's full frontal, he's getting in there, you know, his chainsaw's going, he's repping it up. Ruby is back as the villain, which I'll get into that in a minute, because she was kind of the villain for the first season, but then we found out that she wasn't kind of evil with Season 2, and you know where that one's going to be on my list, so. But, you know, and I didn't mind her as a villain, you know, and anyways, plot moves on. After the second season, Ash is moving on, Pablo's moving on, Kelly's moving on, all things are good. Some idiot finds the Necronomicon, and some idiot reads from it. 80s Kelly comes in, steals the book, steals the dagger of bullcrap, as I call it, because it just, I don't know, the dagger of Solomon or something, and she just decides that she wants to be evil, and she's going to take over the world, and there's just stuff about the knights and some of that time travel stuff comes in about the knights, and all that's fun and great, but it left me wanting more from it, and with only 10 episodes, because, geez, this wasn't like just a short little storyline where like, oh, we can just do it for 10 episodes and build upon it and then create stuff with it. No. This needed about 2 more seasons, which was another thing. Yeah, Ruby as the villain, she was good, she was commanding, but I liked her better as the hero. And they killed off the hero version just to have the evil version, and it just was not for me. And Kelly and Pablo, Pablo, man, I loved his character. His character was the best in this. They built upon his, like, he becomes this, like, well, not God level, but, like, he's like a mystical being now, sort of. Like, he can live in both the Earth realm and the God realm. And Kelly, they don't do much with, but, which is weird, because she was kind of like in a dark place, and then she came back, and now she's helping them, and it feels like there's something missing there from her character, which I didn't really like. And then, you know, she gets killed off, and then she comes back, and it's like this other evil person that you think's gonna be, like, super bad, but she's like nothing, and then she dies, and then these evil people come in, and they don't really do anything besides turn into this giant monster, which at the end was pretty awesome in the series, that Ash destroys. But then again, at the end of the show, which, by the way, I liked the ending, but boy, was it just a hassle to get through. I mean, because at the end of it, he fights the monster, kills him, yes. Then he wakes up in some futuristic world where he lost. Or, well, I guess he did lose, and that's what we're going through now. But, you know, it ran through my mind like, yeah, this show sucks because of that third ending now. I mean, and it just can't build back from that. Everything else that I got in it was fine. I like the daughter character that they brought in. I think they killed off the mom too quickly. She looked like she would have been a fun character to have. But then again, with only 10 episodes, they have to shorten it up just so that it's like the daughter and Ash are together and they'll be in a relationship. And I don't know, I liked it. I loved that was there. It improved on Ash. It improved on her. It improved on a good bit of these characters. I'm glad that we didn't get to see her die like some other characters. But then again, where was the Black Lady? Did the Black Lady just up in Vamoose like Black Lady from season 2? I thought they would be together. It seemed like they would. Maybe they would help raise this girl. I mean, you know, but no, she's gone. I mean, and I don't know, I just didn't really, the relationship was good, but with 10 episodes, there's like this moment where she dies, and like, they show flashbacks, and the flashbacks from those episodes are not good moments. Like, there are moments where they fight and hate each other, and then they show moments where like, they do a 180, and like, where like they did a 180 and they completely changed their personalities different from each other, like when they were eating Pop-Tarts. That was right after not believing her and seeing that there was a kid in his car for some reason, and you shouldn't trust him by that point, but apparently she did, even though there was no other reason to trust him for anything else. I know it's Ash and we like him, but it did not connect with me. It just felt kind of forced in that they kind of had it. I'm glad that they had it to move things along, help with the plot, but no. Anyways, moving on to the next one, my number 1. And you know what it is? Yeah. You should see my post. Okay, no, maybe not. Oh, shite. Hello. So, moving... I thought you were about to fall back there for a minute. So, my number 1 season, season 2. This, to me, was simple. And that's what the movies are. Deep down, they're simple, but they have layers upon them, you know, where they build and they build on the characters, the plot, the story, and everything. But they do it simple, and it ends off right in a good moment, you know. And, like I said, Ash is back. He's whipping it out. He's awesome. Pablo, you know, there's some stuff with him, like the book becoming him, and how that'll lead into his character and his plot and origins and stuff. And Kelly, I think here, I liked her better. Because Pablo is weak on and down, Kelly is more diverse here. And I think season 4 would have led into her character more, even though season 3 didn't. But yeah, this season made me really like Kelly. After the first one was like, you're kind of a little whiny, but you're okay. And then season 3, you're like, I didn't get anything from you. But season 2 gives me the best of both worlds from Pablo, Kelly, Ash, and Ruby. Ruby, I liked her as a hero. She was a hero. I'm telling you. She was like the most emotional, having to kill her kids and then go after the father, and then in the end, when it didn't amount to anything because she died, but then again, she sacrificed herself and they won anyways, and I'll get to that in a minute because that was a good ending. Haha. Yeah. I feel like with season 2, if that would have been the 3rd season, if they ended off the season there, the series there, I would have been totally happy with that. Like, there is someone that finds the book, and that leads into season 3, and Ruby is still alive, but I think I would have pictured a better season in my head. Maybe more the same like what season 3 was with that ending, blah blah blah, whatever. But the villain in this one, he was really good. Like the finger claw guy, Bill. I think he was done well. He was a simple villain who had like the mixture of Don Mancini. The guy that plays Chucky and Brad Dourif and I don't know, some rich, handsome Michael Shannon. Just the combination of those two made a perfect villain. I liked his intent of just wanting to be evil and ruin the world, and I liked his sort of gesture and stuff. He was just commanding. He was a commanding villain, commanding presence. He was just great. This season, I think, also had, where season 1, I didn't mention this for season 3, but season 3 had, like, no Deadites at all. Like, I think there was, like, 2 or 3 main Deadite people, but, like, it didn't amount to nothing. Season 2, we begin off in Jacksonville, and it's a great opening. Ash kills 2 people. He thinks Ruby's behind it. Ruby's a good person, blah, blah, blah. And they have to stop Ball from ending the world, and Pablo's going to help with that, with all the stuff, tattoos written on him. And in the end, they pretty much do defeat him by pretty much, by using his own little knife against him and cutting him open and killing him. And there's a chainsaw fight. Like, Ash gets a chainsaw from his father, which I should have to talk about that. And he fights the main bad guy, who also has his other chainsaw, and it's like, yeah. And it's just, plus, this one also had Ivan Raimi, or maybe it was Sam Raimi, I don't know, they kind of look the same, but it had them in it. It had a Back to the Future with Greta, it had like a Back to the Future thing in it, where like the Greta Graham woman, or whatever it is, she comes in, and they like show like, hey, wouldn't it be cool to see how she became what she was into what it was, and to see that whole fight again, and yeah, that was awesome. Now the effects in the first movie, we'll say for it, were better, which something I didn't talk about with the first season, but that the effects were kind of, they were not good. The CGI effects were not good. Everything else was good, but those effects were kind of, When season 2 came around, they had a bit more focused and tight, and just the effects looked awesome. Like, you saw them. You maybe saw a few CGI moments where you're like, that wasn't good, but unlike the first season, you didn't really notice it at all. It wasn't bothering you throughout the show, even though the effect looked awesome in the end. It didn't bother you how you got there. And yeah, what was I talking about?
I don't know.
Okay, but yeah, the villain, the father. I connected with that relationship better because I live with my father and I don't have a daughter, so, because that'd be weird. I'm only 17. Okay, maybe it's not weird these days, but it'd be weird. Okay. Okay. But I just connected with that relationship better. It was good to dig into his past and learn more, and that they got his sister Cheryl back. They got the original actress for like a Deadite moment or whatever, and that was awesome. And the father plays into season 3, and he started in this season. He was great. I liked his character. All the characters and the story arc ends off great in this. It begins off great in this season. It ends off great in this season. And that's what more I can say. It was simple, but it had its layers of comedy and gestures, and they had time travel, and it was great. It was just great, and that's my number 1 for season 1. So yeah, anyways, guys, that's about it. I guess that's it. That's my seasons. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Or well, 1, 3, and 2. So yeah. Oh well, just to end off, I know maybe some of y'all like season 3 more because it was bigger and louder. Me, I didn't care for that. Like, you could go bigger and louder all day, but at the end of it, what is Evil Dead really? More about those emotional moments, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe not, but we can make it about it. I don't care. But none of the movies were ever really big, so why should the season go big with a giant monster fight? Right? I mean, it wasn't really a giant monster fight. It got shot by a tank, but whatever. No, it doesn't. But anyways, guys, that's it. That's my reasoning for how I have it ranked. Comment down your ranking. Tell me a little bit about it. I don't just want to see stuff and read it, if you actually do watch this video. But, thumbs up, thumbs down, or thumbs in the middle. Your reaction, And I'll be seeing all of you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe and ding a ding 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 the bell, you gotta get the bell on, yeah, and I don't know. But yeah, I guess I'll be doing some other videos hopefully, maybe it's just some movie reviews. I got my figures that I want to do, so yeah, that's it. See you in the next video.